Okay. Now, you're God. Your G.O.D. Would you like to see yourself? Oh, okay, good. I don't think you want to see me. Do you want your son in any of your shots? Do you want your son in any of the footages?
Depending on what we're talking about. You don't have to take a serious.
Well, in the future, just make sure you let me know. Not when you don't want to.
Okay.
But, so you do know, we are recording.
Ooh, look at them gray hairs, man. I want you to stop looking like lint. I wanted to get in there.
Say what?
Right now it looks like lint. But once they get in there fully, it'll be cute.
You and these. Y'all see how loud? Did y'all hear how loud that was?
Wait, did you say?
I think you just blew every microphone in the whole city just now. Man.
Whatever. So me and my guy.
Do y'all really want to talk about God?
I don't know. Like, it's not
Not
a big
really.
deal for me.
Not really.
We did that already.
Not really. We
can go
didn't even
deeper.
really scratch the surface.
We can go deeper.
No, I need to.
What you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about?
How
Yeah,
your
so
chick bag gonna be sounding on the video, on the podcast?
I don't even care. I don't even care. Because I'm going to be honest.
What?
I have been holding a fart in for 15 minutes. And this thing is hurting right now. I feel like I got a kidney stone. I'm holding this fart.
Have a kidney stone.
Trying not to embarrass myself. But I'm just going to put it on out there. This thing is
Get the
bubbling.
spray, man. Get the spray.
No, I'm going outside. I got that skunk juice tonight.
You okay, man?
Whoa,
That's
whoa.
how you was in the truck, huh? And you got over there, so like the clumps.
Wait, what? You just referred to me as a clump.
No, him. I said that's what he was doing in the car when we got out the truck at the Dillard's. And he got out, we waited on
you
him.
had game?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he came over there by me.
I was on that the whole time.
So I was on that all that time in the truck. It felt so good to let it out, huh? That's funny. I did a comedy skit on that with females though. Like when I went to DC, and I did an open mic comedy, and it was like, you know, women, we love to be lied to, and it was talking about passing gas. Like we lie so much that we be acting like we don't have gas and shit. Like, and it be affecting us on the inside. Like we be fucked up because we be so busy trying to be cute, and we don't want to go shit at the nigga house. We like nigga, you gonna fuck yourself up trying to be cute. And if I got the shit, I don't care if it's the first date. Hey, I got a shit. You ain't about to have my bowels all backed up. And me having to throw up. Hell no, nigga. If I ain't cute enough because I had the shit, I wash my hands, I wipe my ass, I wash my hands. Like, damn, that ain't good enough. Like, what I gotta do to still be cute because I took a shit? Damn.
I personally, I won't do it unless I'm at my house. Because I got to be comfortable.
Man, I remember when I first married his dad. Oh, man. And this when I was eating dairy. And it was around December, around Christmas time or whatever. But I was practicing Islam, so we weren't celebrating Christmas. And went and got some eggnog, some cake, and some whipped cream, right? And I call it, what I call it? Eggnog delight. That shit tastes so good, man. You just get a pound cake, and put the eggnog on it, and put the whipped cream on that shit, man. So we laid down, because I had these big pillows on my floor. We laid down on the floor watching scary movies, right? So I'm like, all right, baby, you better move, because I got to pass gas, right? And he was like, oh, you my baby, you my way. Okay, I was like, okay. And he didn't want to move.
What the hell?
I was like, right? He ain't moved.
No,
he ain't moved because of the sound, right?
That was the quiet
No,
version.
he ain't moved because of the sound. It wasn't that loud though. He moved because he said, baby, is that you? I'm like, I told you I had gas. He's like, no, you too cute to be smelling like that.
Wow.
That shit was hilarious. I was like, well, damn, what I supposed to smell like? It's gas. Like, what the fuck? What you thought it was gonna come out smell like eggnog and whipped cream? Like, no.
I'm just saying, if the presentation has been a beauty for a whole bunch of time, and then this foul, disgusting odor come out of this magnificently beautiful creature,
Hey, man, listen.
that'll mess up your whole brain, your whole psychologically, hold on, that's the wrong word. Your whole psychology, your whole whatever.
Psyche.
There you go. Come on, somebody. You done messed up everything. I can't even think right now because of this story done tore up my whole brain. That's not true.
Everybody has flatulence. That's what's what.
You should be. You don't want to be here when everybody's gone and the shop's closed. Dangerous.
You just be letting it rip, huh?
What I'm supposed to do? Like, I be being nice to my customers, like, but
Yes, she'll do a silent but deadly on them.
and I spray some hairspray or I spray some oil sheen. Like, you'll be all right, nigga. Like, they ask me light me up too. I be like, ooh, I should cut this nigga eyebrow off.
Wow.
Then you know you just violated me with that baloney smelling shit. Get out of here.
Wow.
Hey, man.
This was a good bag of chips.
I bet it was. Them mesquite. Oh, yeah.
Sweet Southern Heat Barbecue.
Oh, yeah. No, man. I don't need no chips. I don't need
This
no
was my dinner. No, that Burger King was some horrible fries.
It was horrible.
Man, the fries were horrible. I stayed in that line for 15 minutes
For some horrible fries.
for some horrible fries.
That's crazy.
Pissed me off.
But you ate them.
Not all of them.
Nah. But,
Low.
I like being honest with people, like, but at the same time, eating dairy is not good for me. So it probably was smelling worse than it should have been smelling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, eating dairy ain't good for nobody.
Exactly.
Once you, especially after we leave the infant stage.
Right. But that shit was hilarious. You're too pretty to be smelling like that. I'm like, oh shit. How pretty girl first smell? Like, I don't know. That was strange to me. Like, nigga, gas is gas.
I had an ex that used to drop some bombs. And I didn't necessarily take it like she was nasty.
Right.
I was just offended because she stank worse than mine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I need to start eating worse because
Right, your shit
your
smells so
shit smell
bad.
worse than mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm failing. Like as the leader
As the leader
of this couple, I am failing in the fart department, the flagellant department, whatever you call that shit.
No. Mm-mm. And it was funny because when I first married, I wasn't. Was I eating there? Yeah, I was pescatarian. He's like, "Are you eating sticks and twigs and berries and shit?"
What
I'm
you
like,
say? Are you eating what?
Sticks, twigs, and berries. But I was a pescatarian. I ate chicken.
See, this is what I don't understand about. All right, what is pescatarian? Is that a religion or is that a lifestyle? Is that a what? Is
it's
it a
like
social group?
another form of what is it? An eating habit. So like vegetarian, pescatarian, carnivore. Like
This is what I don't like about our society. Is a division.
mm-hmm.
Everything is broken down in so many different sects and sect. What is it? SEC. S. Is that the word?
Sex. SECTS.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole system is designed to keep us divided. When you look at geographically, okay, we got 7 continents.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the continents, you got different countries, and then take North America. Then you got states.
Right.
Then you got counties. Then you got cities. Then you got wards. Then you got neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
And then even inside the neighborhood, you got houses that we divided us. And then in the house, we got bedrooms that divide us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got beds that divide us even more.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is based upon division. And now we got labels.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
that's true.
How in the world can we get back to harmony when literally every single thing, even the fail-proof system, is designed to continue the replication of division?
Look at that kind. That's true. All the way down.
Which people talk about, like homosexuality, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Christian community,
Mm-hmm.
it's frowned upon.
Right.
But depending on who you're talking to, it's frowned upon because they don't want to see 2 men having intercourse.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's frowned upon because they'll say you can't reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at text, most references to intercourse is with men in vague ways.
Mm-hmm.
And the more vivid description of love and affection is with men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was it John that laid his head in the bosom of Jesus? Was that John?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And what did you watch this film?
Yeah, I mean, and not just with Jesus, but many other folks.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But that's go back to it being male dominant, or
Right.
you know, let's like you said, testosterone driven.
So when you got all those factors in play, how can you take any of that stuff for real?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no balance. You can't say that. I shouldn't say you can't say. How can a person validate, for instance, Christianity?
Mm-hmm.
In one breath, you frown upon homosexuality, but if you really believe the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
homosexuality wasn't even a word that was even existed back in that day. There was nothing. Number one, it wasn't frowned upon because they believed if you loved a person, then you loved them and you expressed it.
Mm-hmm.
What was frowned upon was when it became violent and forced upon a person, from my understanding.
You talk like in what is it? Sodom and Gomorrah.
Just in general.
No, I'm trying to think of what the story. What?
Yeah.
Remember, that was Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible, right? Prophet Lot's wife in the Quran, right?
Okay.
The city of Lot.
Okay.
So the story that I can remember most recently is the city of Lot, and that was like 2 angels came to test the people, and the men were after the angels because they were so beautiful, because they were male, but the angels were so beautiful, the men were after them like they were female.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so I remember something to the effect of the prophet Lot's wife stand behind, or she just turned to look back because the city was on fire, because God was supposed to be destroying the city because of the homosexuality. Like we said, it never said the word homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even have a term for the word homosexuality. It was more like God was destroying the city because they even thought about looking at these men as if they were females, or if they were so beautiful that they would rather have them than the females. Because Lot was saying, no, take my daughter, take my daughter. But the men were so infatuated with the way these angels looked that they was busting down his door trying to get to these men, and were like, forget your daughters, we want these.
Mm-hmm.
So she just turned to look back, and she turned into a pillar of salt with the rest of them, right? So it's like, I think about that, and it's like, wow, like, just for her looking to see and saying, like, to herself, like, she really feel like those were some good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that we just killed everybody because they looked, but the angels was coming to save them. So why? Huh?
I'm lost.
Exactly. Listen, in the story, the angels came to warn them of what was happening in their city, the homosexuality. But it never said that's what they coming to warn them from. But they tested the people by being so beautiful. So the men were knocking down Lot's door to try to get to these most beautiful angels. Instead of taking Lot's daughters, they after these men. But the angels came to warn Lot to get them out of the city. But why? And when I look at that story, and it's like, why would God trick the people like that though? Like, he's just sending these most beautiful men to this city where he know they sinning or doing something that he doesn't approve of. Thank you. So he would send these most beautiful men into this hell pit of supposedly, you know what I'm saying, men after other men, because it didn't say homosexual, it didn't say gay. It said they was just after them instead of taking the daughters.
Right.
So they turned the whole city into a pillar of salt, like including the wife, because she held on to Lot's hand, but she looked back to see what was going on. So that means she was second guessing what God was doing, and you turned to a pillar of salt with him too, and he just had to let her go, and he went on with the angels. Now, in one sense, it seemed kind of evil to me that he was saying, you know what I'm saying, like that was a trick. You know they suffering from this want of men, these men wanting men. You know they already thinking along that way, so you gonna see the most beautiful angels you got in there. You know what I'm saying? To trick these people to show one man that he need to get out of this city because all these gay men is after him, or after, you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes me know that a lot of to do with religion is man-made. You know what I'm saying? Like we put these, like you said, labels, and we scare each other into believing, oh no, you shouldn't deal with those people. Oh no, you shouldn't deal with those people. Oh no, those are the most evil ones. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not fair, because with God being as creative as he is, he made everybody the way that he made them. Like he did. Like, and people say, oh, you can't be born that way. You can't be born gay. You can't be born. You can be born with brown skin. You can be born with blue eyes. You can be born with both male and female body parts. Like, literally be born with male and female body parts. But you can't be born thinking, you love somebody more than you love the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't think that it's strange to me, and I think it's strange to me because of coming from a religious background of 12 years, like practicing Islam. It's like homosexuality, no, nigga, no. Like, but at the same time, when I was younger, one of my best friends, like, he was watching my back because this police officer used to stalk me. like when I was younger, I worked at this cookie restaurant, and this police officer, he would call my job, be looking for me and all this other stuff, and he like, she ain't here, and he'll call me like, yeah, girl, that police officer called here looking for you, because he was trying to date me, but I was only 16 years old, so he used to call my job, looking for me. But Felipe was the gayest dude ever, but I loved him so much. Like, he was always super duper nice to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I had a gay dude that tried to molest me when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you cannot judge a person based off of those surface aspects. Like, a person is going to do things based off of what they think is okay to do in their head, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's, straight to the point or beating around the bush. They're gonna do what they think is right in their head, whether it'll be so messed up to us or other people, but to them it was right at that time. And what makes that, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, psychologically, I'm thinking like, what makes those things happen? And that's why I said what I said outside about if a person can be led to think that somebody, like a school shooting or whatever, he wasn't in his right state of mind.
The stabbing of the two girls. He wasn't in his right state of mind. It was something that's wrong with him. But let it be a black man, and it's like, he was a thug his whole life. He been in and out of jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll get no sympathy. But, or even if he do something good, like, it could be a black man that did something good, and they still gonna say, I remember when he was a gang-banging hoodlum, and now he's done these great. They are always gonna make it seem, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the negative first. And when somebody's doing something good, why can't it be that they were mentally struck to do something better? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess I think to the extreme on things when it comes to that, because I can't see one or the other not being able to have it explained the same way. Like, if he can be, he was messed up in the head, he was fucked up in the head, that's why he did that. Why can't she be, she was led to, she was tripping, she did so, or he was tripping, he did, I would have never gave that nigga $100. You know what I'm saying? I would have never helped no homeless person like that. Like, it ain't never thought of that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, the crazy person is always the person that's doing something evil. But it don't always have to be the person it's never gonna be the person that's being mentally warned to do a thing as being thought of as a good person, because they always seem to be doing something evil. When there's always somebody doing evil, you look at them like, ugh, like, that nigga had the devil in him. It's like, no, that nigga probably did that because he wanted to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but a person that's doing something good, it's like, they ain't gonna say, she was blessed by God, or she had, and they ain't gonna say the devil either. They gonna say, she just wanted to do that shit. Like, it ain't never gonna be a mental blessing or a physical, like something outside of the person, unless it's something that's got to do with religion. You gotta have been a prophet in the Bible. You gotta have been a Jesus, Mary, or, you know what I'm saying, Moses, to have done something by God. Because God is such a big concept to people, they don't feel like regular people can be doing stuff by way of God without it being religiously attached.
get it.
I really need to go fart. I ain't trying to be rude, but I really.
And there you go. God.
I'm trying to understand
and his parts
and put it together, but it's like when I get it together, you throw out something that just separates it again.
I know.
But I kind of think after I watch this
or after
and
you
dissect it, I don't know, maybe that too. I'm a little scared to go do it now.
What? You know, it might not be a fart.
Yeah. It is what it is. You know. The struggle is real for the big man. You know what I mean? But this whole God concept, it's like, I get close to understanding it, but then again, it's like, what? Wait a minute, hold on. But it's not a deal breaker. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't believe a single being created all of this, because if they did, they are one stupid mother effer. Because why would a person create this cluster F? Why would a being create this mess? Force hope on people through another group of people that oppress them. And I ain't talking just historically or the go-to narrative of the slave owner, the white slave owner and the black slave. It don't matter what continent you go to. The stories are the same. This is just like in some countries, Buddha is the religion or the deity. In other countries, it's Allah and Muslim. In other countries, it's Jesus and Christianity. It's the same thing as relates to oppressor
and oppressed.
Yes. So, for me to put my hope and trust that a being created this mess and loved me so much that it picked me to be part of the oppressed for the sake of their glory don't make no sense to me. If you are the creator, Alpha and Omega, and power, and you wrote my life from start to finish, you scripted it all out,
right?
Then what is the point of all of this? Like, are you really this narcissistic, egotistic maniac that has to have this puppet show in order to fulfill your ego?
Yeah.
Or is there something more? Like, I just personally cannot.
That shocked you, buddy.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
I personally cannot pin the responsibility and say a single being made this.
That's
now
good.
I look at everything as we just slow down reflections of light. All right. Now, I can't give you no literature to back it up. This is just my personal thoughts. If there is a God or creator, and if it is a being, there's no way in the world Big Sam, Samuel Ward, can say that said being is a man. It's just no way possible that I can.
Talking about if God, whatever entity God would, or whatever form He would come in, a creator.
Because of the significance of the woman.
Yeah,
now I can only compare to what I have the most experience in, and the most experience I have is being a male human being. So, just like we look at ants as very insignificant to us, and we could just barely step on it and just kill the whole kill an ant. We can just pour gasoline on it and kill the whole colony.
Mm-hmm.
The ant could look at us as God. So who are we the ant to?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's
You
one
wanna
person.
lead to the ant.
You know what I'm saying? Like I am an ant to something else.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way possible I can think that there's one creator. And the whole notion, going back to the whole notion of heaven and hell.
Yeah.
It's 2018. Now, supposedly, they done found Osama bin Laden. They done found Hitler. They done found Saddam Hussein. Ain't nobody else found this this blue-eyed, long-haired thing y'all call the Savior.
What?
Right?
I don't
Hold on now. I'm still on my tangent.
Oh,
okay. I can use Google Maps to get to any location I want to on this earth. But yet, I'm supposed to believe a guy that came out of a virgin that was married, was birthed from a virgin that was married. So first one, start from ground one. All right, I'm coming to this world and you my stepdaddy. I ain't got no respect for you because your wife got pregnant by somebody else before you even got it. So my whole, I lost all my credibility as a human being because I come in here with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. That beginning part is so unbelievable to me that it's hard for me to grasp the whole allegory of said Jesus.
My thing is, nobody who wrote a book in the Bible was there.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Yeah,
I'm getting to that part. So it's like,
just remember.
huh?
No, I'm telling him to remember his question.
Oh, so again, you just magically got artificially inseminated in this woman, in this virgin that's married, this virgin that is married, a married virgin, right?
The virgin married.
Yeah, she's married, and she's still a virgin. So like, what was you doing?
Right.
Like, what was you doing that you allowed some other man to come visit your woman?
And see, this is where
In spirit. And impregnate your woman.
Shut
Like
up.
You ain't had no football games to watch. I mean, come on, what was you doing when no PlayStation around? Come on now. So let's just fast forward to this whole little Jesus story, right? But I'm supposed to believe that this creator is a man. Now, everything about this creator ain't not one time in the 33 years it's been alive has it ever. I'm sorry. The only time it was touched by a woman was by the hem of its garment, right? When from a woman that had supposedly had multiple sexual transmitted diseases. If I'm supposed to believe the narrative of the basic instructions before leaving Earth, Bible. Maybe two other times is there any reference to him interacting with any females. Everything else is him always laying his hands on some man. And man, if I'm lying, I'm lying. Or maybe I put 100 on 10. That's just what my lying eyes showed me when I was reading the scriptures. Always laying hands on some men. And have men lay their head in his chest and stuff. So, but you tell me now. He a virgin now. Come on now. The greatest gift he could give for a man and a woman, he ain't never experienced it before. But you gonna tell me how it's like. Now come on now. And I'm supposed to be married. Now how it's like now. Come on now. Now I'm supposed to be married to a woman.
Right.
Make a vow, a commitment to only express this greatest expression of love with another human being.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to do this with this particular woman for 30 years. 30 years. The same. We die in a car crash. And we go to heaven. And I can't do this with you no more because you my sister. And I got to lay at your feet and sing to you? You's a sorry someone to somebody, ain't you? Come on, and you ain't narcissistic, huh? Hitting this 30 years now, consistent. And now you my sister. So I can go lay at your feet? You sorry something. Man, look here, man. Look here, man.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to believe this. That this creator.
That's where I say the man-made aspect of religion. Like, that's why I put God outside of religion. I ain't saying Jesus. I'm saying Jesus. If I say his name, it's because I know people refer to him as that name.
Right.
But I'm not referring to him as, I'm saying the creator because I don't even want to put the label creator on. You know what I'm saying? Because outside of any box that we can think of, that's him. Like, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many possibilities to how God can create a thing. That's why I even did real. Because just like I said, thinking about the aspect of a man being created out of the dirt, out of the red dirt, and being created and breathed the breath of life into. He was the first one ever created, and that's how he was created. But after that, to create the woman, instead of just twirling up the dirt again and shaping her how he wanted her to be shaped and popping her eyes in and whisking her hair longer, he decided to make him go to sleep, take out his rib, lay it next to him, form the veins, nerves, arteries, and organs, and the whole skeleton from this one rib to create this beautiful formation for him to love on in this garden, free. No leaves covering anything because they didn't know what nakedness was. It was just normal for them. And then all of a sudden, the snake made her eat the apple.
How did a snake make?
The serpent.
How did the serpent make?
The devil was speaking through the serpent on the tree of forbidden fruit. And the serpent came to her and told her, God just don't want you to know what he know. So you should eat this fruit. That's why I'm saying the story. It's parables. So when you look at it, when you look at the Bible and you read the stories, or the Quran and you read the stories, they're used. They should only be used as examples, like the good versions of how you treat people, as examples of how you should be treated. Or like even in the Bible, some places it say, "Ye are little gods. Ye are gods too." Like talking to the people, like ye are gods too. All you got to do is believe. What is that? Nowadays they call it magic. Like if you believe in yourself and you call yourself, "Oh, I am a god," or "I am a goddess. I create my own reality." When we say it, it's evil. When they say it, it's the law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who is that?
I'm saying Europeans versus Africans or African American, African descent. I'm saying when religion and they create their own thought processes behind religion. If it's anything to do or sound like magic, like I said, when Jesus said, "Ye are gods," so he was saying we have the same power that he had. All we have to do is believe in the Father, the Creator, or whatnot. But if black people say, "I'm a god," or "I'm a goddess," or I'm creating my own reality, it's they using magic and they're doing the voodoo and hoodoo. But when European people use it, it's the thought, the law of attraction or the secret. You know what I'm saying? Like it's shit like that. But when we go to putting him in a box, that's what makes us afraid to even think that we can be those guys that Jesus supposedly said in the red letters in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes down to the aspect of putting him in the religious box, that's where we get like, and it's hard. And it's hard when you have. We live in a male-dominated world, so everything is like he and him and his word was, and all that type of stuff. So I don't mean, when I say he and him, I don't mean God to be a man. I'm just saying when we, huh? Out of habit, and it's not because I believe that that's what it is, but it's so many different aspects to him that we can't. We have to be careful for our own selves not to say or get stuck in a thought process about who he is, because it could be, and he could be, or it could be, or the creator could be so many things. Like, we don't know. Like, you ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? That's a cute movie. And in the end of the movie, the ones that were creating the world to be how those supposedly humans saw it were mice. Like, they, at the end of the movie, the mice were running the world. Like,
Yeah, because the world had got destroyed.
A rodent.
yeah, it was really
something so insignificant.
It was really wild. No, you had to see it. That's why I said that part, because it was really wild. Because it was like, that's how you cannot, like, when we go and look scientifically and say, oh, look at a cockroach, or look at a pig, or look at a horse, look at a dog, look at an ape, and then, oh, look at a human. Oh, humans must have evolved from apes. Like, why are apes still evolving then? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did they stop? And then science can't tell you why they stopped. They'll create a theory of why apes stopped evolving into humans, but they really can't tell you, okay, humans evolved from apes and they stopped evolving because of such and such. And be straight to the point. Religion, it'll never be straight to the point of they know for sure the perfect example of who God is, because they can't give you a perfect example of who God is. Like, it can only be a personal experience from what I understand, from where I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like all the things that happens to me, I know in a lot of situations I couldn't even have the wherewithal to save myself or to help myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so who helped me? Like, when I was a baby and being abused, who helped me? Like, who saved me from dying? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it wasn't my mother. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many instances, like, for my witness to knowing that there is something bigger to me, bigger than me, that is keeping me from. I've been in 8 car accidents in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't died. Like, I was fucked up, but I ain't died in neither one of them. And it's like, I didn't like save myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't. I didn't. Like, it's just, so I know, like, it's something outside of me. It could be, alien force. I don't know. It could be extraterrestrial. You know what I'm saying? I just know it wasn't me. You understand?
I hear what you're saying.
You hear it, but you don't understand.
I don't necessarily agree with it.
You don't agree with it.
But I don't necessarily have to agree with it.
No, you don't.
Grandpa said that was aliens where there's no God, but there's only aliens, and that's the force that's protecting Earth. And that gave me nightmares every night, because I thought if we were to go out into space and there's different galaxies, right? And then we go into one galaxy and then end up being theirs, and then end up being theirs, and they don't like us, and they might want to hurt us, then we might die, and then that's just scary to them.
You don't have to worry about that. Okay? Just it's okay.
See, like, even in that, people talk about heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And if you believe the scriptures, people say hell.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to Iraq. I can give you vivid descriptions from my experiences in Iraq. I can also introduce you to about 40,000 other people that have been to Iraq. Give you vivid descriptions.
You okay? With me?
Matter of fact, you can go to Iraq
Mm-hmm.
and witness it for yourself. The only description we got of hell is through what someone said that Jesus said that they told them.
Well,
Correct.
mm-hmm.
But I went to Iraq, and I could bring you some people. Matter of fact, I can take you to Iraq so you can see it for yourself. You can't go to hell and see for yourself. Same as with heaven. So it's like, how you got here was fake.
Mm.
I don't know nobody that can get so caught up in life that they forget their child for days in the synagogue, and their child is such a influential leader that no one spreads the word and tells the parents that your child has been here for the past 8 hours, much less 3 days. So the lifestyle is extremely hard to believe, grasp, understand, or accept, much less the conception. And the death is even worse. I mean, that's even... You seriously want me to believe that you had to carry a cross for however many distance by getting whipped, beat, spat on, a crown of thorns, all this stuff, stabbed in your side, people putting a rag on a spear, dipping it in vinegar to give it to you. The most powerful person. Now just last week, you spat on somebody and gave them sight. A couple weeks before that, you just spoke with someone, they came at the light. A hoe grabbed a piece of lint off the sleeve of your leg and lost every sexually transmitted disease she ever had. But your sorry ass can't get off this damn cross. Come on, somebody. I mean, talk to me. I don't understand. Now, hold on now. So you mean to tell me some soldiers can come to capture you, to crucify you because you know it's about to happen. And your homie respond out of character, even though you warned him and told him that, hey, some people gonna come and take me away. And your homie respond by slicing off a person's ear. And you, the most powerful mother sucker in the whole clique, can casually pick up thy ear and go be healed. And restore that shit. But your sorry ass can't prevent yourself from carrying a cross up the street while you get your ass whooped. Much less you can't get yourself off of a cross while you getting stabbed in your side and getting served vinegar for drink. But you can turn water into wine, motherfucker. Huh? And you can feed thousands of people with 2 pieces of sorry ass brim. Now we black now. We eat catfish and sometimes we eat some damn ragged ass mother. How many black folks you know gonna pick up 2 pieces of brim for a family reunion to feed everybody and 5 pieces of King's Hawaiian rolls? Huh? Come on, talk to me. You made it his image. Why I ain't never seen it happen at no barbecue? But I'm supposed to believe this shit. I'm supposed to believe this now. That I'm going to go to a heaven. Or if I sin, I'm going to go to hell and be tormented and have maggots eating through my body, even though I'm a spirit. What sense does this make? Now, hold on now. Now, now, since you done started this rabbit trail and this tangent, let's segue to worship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, worship.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Jesus. I love you. Just lay at your feet, your bosom. All the love, 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 love.
Mm-hmm.
If God is a spirit, not a being, how in the hell can you love a spirit and the spirit be a recipient of the love? Love is a word that humans use to describe how we interact with each other, right? A dog does not tell a human it loves it, but a human would tell a dog it loves it. A dog might, after the human says I love you, the dog might wag its tail, and the human would interpret it that as the dog saying I love you, but the dog ain't gonna say I love you. Nor will a goldfish, nor will a Bugatti, nor will a Rolex, nor will a Michael Kors bag. None of the shit we say we love you says it back to us. However, we get emotionally connected to a damn ghost that we ain't never ever touched, breathed, smelt, hugged, held a conversation with, or nothing. Now, the conversation with Jesus. If you close your eyes and I tell you there's a blue bag in front of you, you gonna believe it because you gonna see it, right?
You gonna picture it.
You gonna picture it. Now, you hear my voice, but you don't see where it's coming from.
Right.
What is the difference if I'm thinking in my mind
What's the difference?
and I hear a response from myself? Why? Not what is the difference? Why would I take that voice that I hear from within
And
I
put
don't
it to
see
something that you don't see
and automatically associate it with some shit that I ain't never, ever, 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 ever experienced firsthand? Now this voice is coming from within. Obviously, I resonate with this voice. Otherwise, it would just be noise like anything else. So obviously, this frequency has some kind of audibility to it because I'm understanding it.
Right.
It's giving some kind of transmission because I'm resonating with it. So we have some kind of connection.
Right.
And again, I don't see where this voice is coming from.
Right.
But it is inside of me. Why would I take something that's inside of me and give it credit to something that can't come to me and I can only think is real in my mind? My brain has to tell my body that this shit is real. Versus that voice that I'm living with every single day that is a part of me. When it speaks, it gets my attention because we are one. We are in harmony.
So, with that voice being inside of you, it is the voice of your own reason, your own will, or you saying because you know it's not a voice outside of yourself, right?
I'm saying that what we consider, I'm saying that. Let me put it like this. The stuff people call God, whether it's through prayer or life, it's all just being reconnected. If there is a God, it is everything. This creation is all energy. Like,
right.
it's all recycling. It's all returning. You can't destroy energy. You can recycle it. You can redistribute it, redisseminate it. You can redirect it. I have yet to find a way to destroy it. If we made in the image of a God and we are energy, then that's what everything around us is.
That's
now,
true.
when people say, "Oh, when you say everything is God, so what you say? This board is God?" To some, it might be, because if somebody look at this and it resonates with them, then so be it.
Right.
Just like, all right, let's say if I eat some bananas, strawberries, watermelon, and kiwis, at some point my body's gonna digest it. God made those fruits, beautiful, sweet, good fruits. If I believe this creator of God, He made it. God is in that. So how can I eat God and digest evil? So that shit that come out of my body is still God too. It's just in a different expression.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have decided to condition our brains to look at that shit as negative. However, if you put that shit on some ground, grass gonna grow from that shit.
That's right.
So there's some good that comes out of it. So how can it be bad?
Right.
But everything is still a duality.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how people, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been a victim of it for 20, 30 years of it. I just don't get how in 2018 we put more emphasis on a being external of us than we do the power that we have.
That's true.
Internally. It's not my mission to convince people that there is not a being that is a God. But people do need to get reconnected with themselves and understand.
Yeah, you definitely.
If you're going to call for a God, then you need to first recognize that you are it.
I am the I am. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that at some point it's still my duty to save myself. You know what I'm saying?
From what?
To save myself from, any living in any type of bad condition or living in any state of worry or frustration or, you know what I'm saying, just uncomfortability for what I believe is good enough for me. Like, it's up to me to create my own reality about how I live my life. And and even in that with me being like, as a child, they say when it comes to children have more knowledge of God than we do up until a certain age. However, when I talk about the instances or the things that happened to me when I was younger, and I'm saying it was out of my control, like for me, I couldn't stop any harm from coming to myself at that point because I did not know how to stop it, right? But when things didn't go the way that those bad people or whoever planned, it wasn't me that stopped it. It was just like, I can remember instances of me saying, please God, don't let this happen, please God, don't let that happen, or whatever. And in the midst of somebody doing something wrong to me, it wasn't able to harm me. They wasn't always able to do the damage they were planning on doing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So that's what makes me know that, for me, from my experience, that makes me know that it was something other than myself. Like, because I'm like, I couldn't, me, myself, personally, in certain moments in my life, I was not able to be that I am that I am. I'm strong enough to defeat these people or this person trying to do this to me. Like, even when I was conceived from a rape, my mother said. Like, so, like, my whole, you know what I'm saying, introduction into the world was chaos. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't in control of that. Like, even the thought of God creating me and writing out my plan, 20,000, 50,000, how many ever thousand years it was before I was actually created. Excuse me, you think to yourself, like, why why would he write that into my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would he write her mother is going to be raped on such day at such time by her father? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to be born on July 23rd. You know, 1976. Like, so when we think of writing and him writing things into existence, we thinking of it in the human aspect or the way that we write things down. But that's the only way that I can think about it. You know what I'm saying? So I take the aspect of God as, like, I know, like, it's very hard to explain it not in a non-religious aspect, because it's not about religion and God. It's about just that entity being there when nobody else was. Like, even getting this shot was like, I'm saying to myself, like, oh, what am I doing? What am I about to do? You know what I'm saying? And all I can hear is, like you said, that voice saying, just keep going, just keep going. And it's like, on one end, I'm telling myself, what am I about to do? But on the other end, I'm telling myself, just keep going, you can do it, just listen, just keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's like, am I really convincing myself, or am I being convinced from some outside force? Because if it was up to me, I would have talked myself out of opening the shop because I thought it was too risky. But every move that I made, every step that I went forward and kept on going, it came out to work. And I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I surprised myself, but did I really? Because, like I said, if I would have followed my own mind or my thought process was like, nah, I'm going to stay here a whole another year at the old barbershop I was at. But when I kept listening to my inner G, I was like, okay, I'm about to open up the shop. Forget what anybody said or anybody had to think. If I get the customers, I get the customers. I'll build a whole new clientele. I'll just find me some used chairs. I'll just, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my baby, I was just, every aspect that I can think of, something going wrong, I thought of a good outcome. So I was like, I think me and prayer and meditation, I try to make them my best friends because it helps me on a personal level. That's why I say God is a personal relationship. Religion is like, to me, for fellowship, for people who are like-minded or whatever, dealing with people who have some sort of thought process like you. And that's what makes people into sheeple, because they trying so busy to, oh, I want to hang with this crowd because they believe in Jesus in this form, or they believe in Allah in this form. So that's what creates sex and all that old stuff. People separating themselves and, oh, it's only going to be 144,000 people that make it to heaven. And it's like, only 144,000. You know how many people in this world? Like, how many people that died before now? Like, come on, God is not. He's so much bigger than that. I just, and I don't know he is because I've actually touched him or felt him. I know he is because what he's done in my life. You know what I'm saying? And the things that I've been saved from and protected from when I couldn't protect myself. I just know, like, I just know. Like that car accident that messed up my shoulder the first time. Before the police, it was years before the police twisted me. And when that man ran up on that curb, and my car did like this, but I was still alive and my shoulder was just messed up.
I don't ever really be trying to convince a person, because at the end of the day, a person gonna believe what they want to believe.
That's right.
I just know I do try to encourage folks to instead of giving something else other than yourself full credit, take a portion of it.
Oh yeah.
And put it to yourself. Because
That's for sure.
if you put out positive energy, the positive energy could be something as simple as one morning you spoke and told someone good morning. The universe has to return it. It might be returned in the form of saving your life, in the form of being in a car accident. It could be returned in the form of raising a healthy child. We don't really know. I don't really know. I've never deposited something in the universe and watch it specifically go and come back to me in this specific manner as a return. I just think that people, they just don't give themselves enough credit, as well as understanding their significance in the midst of the universe, how the universe works. I'm still discovering and learning. I just don't believe it is healthy for me to exhort something else over me to where I'm less than a subsidiary to it. Like, I should not be a slave to no one at all. But the dangers of practicing religion will make you become one mentally, subconsciously, unconsciously, and consciously. However term you want to put it, the longer you stay in it, that's the end result. It's going to happen. That's the way it was designed. And because of it, we're always going to put someone else above us. Someone else did it. It wasn't me. Like, how can you say it wasn't you? You may not have necessarily recognized the whole big picture of it. But how do you really honestly know it wasn't you? Because again, did you see said God do this? No. You witnessed your life being saved. But why do you have to accredit it to someone saving you? Why couldn't it have been because of, again, you planted good seeds 10 years ago, 2 days ago, 20 minutes ago, whatever? Why can't it just be the universe saying, all right, well, I'm going to protect this beam of light because this light hasn't been harming anyone? Why does it have to be associated to a deity? Why does it have to be a being that is greater than you protecting you?
The universe is greater than me.
Yeah, I'm saying being.
I don't have to be a being though. Like God is, or the Creator is. To me, I equate all of those.
Well, when you say
I
the
put
Creator,
like the Creator, and I say the Creator because I'm thinking of artistically how He creates things, the roses, the flowers, the bugs, you know what I'm saying, the animals, all that stuff. But to me, that's equivalent. When people say the universe, I think of the Creator. I think of God. I think of whatever people break Him down to be. You know what I'm saying? I think of, and I think that's why I can more so I understand people in their religions because they see that entity in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't get, and I'm not saying you're getting upset or agitated. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't get agitated or upset or aggravated when I think about religion. I understand that it's a box and it's a way to separate people, and I understand that it creates wars. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so busy trying to force people to believe, to see God the way, or understand God the way we see them. But
and that's very dangerous. That's extremely dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
Part of why I do tend to not engage in religious conversation because it's super easy to try to force people to believe what you believe.
Yeah, and it's not even like you say, like you keep saying. I'm not trying to convince anybody, and you know, I understand why you're saying it, but to be convinced, you have to want to be have wanted to be swayed to a certain way anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with me, it's no convincing me. Like, I can agree with what you're saying. I can understand everything that you're saying, but I still feel the way that I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still feel like, because before I was conceived, I hadn't put no energy. I hadn't done any good karma yet. You know what I'm saying? But I was still conceived from a ray. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was younger, I was only, not even 2 months old, but I was being beat up by somebody. You know what I'm saying? My mother said it was her friend. I think it could have been my brother, because he was only 2. So, you know what I'm saying? I could have been crying, and he could have been thinking he was doing what he was supposed to do by whooping my butt, because he got his butt whooped. You know what I'm saying? But she don't know, because she wasn't there. But I didn't save myself in that situation. I was only 2 months old. That's the air conditioner. I was only 2 months old. So it was like, to me, it had to be something else outside of myself to keep me from being harmed, to being disabled or dying, or, you know what I'm saying, lungs collapsing or anything like that, because you hear stories about babies getting beat all the time, and they be beat to death. From what she say, I had teeth marks and blood and bruises and all kind of stuff all over me. So it's like, somebody was whooping my ass, but I wasn't affected to the point of real, true damage. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, like, and it wasn't within my strength or even my understanding to know how to save myself at that point. So that's why I believe what I believe. But it never, you don't never have to feel like, because I like to talk about religion with people and hear people talk about stuff of it, because it makes me just understand people. I like to understand people. Like, but if it's, we make ourselves difficult to understand, because we get upset about somebody not agreeing with what we believe. And that's where, like, religion and wars come from, because we want so bad to convince people that they should be living the way that we want them to live, not that God wants them to live. Because these religious books are, once again, have man's hands in them, and we create stories to make people feel guilty, to make them, like, I remember reading a Bible my grandmother had, and it said that because of, what was that? Not the Canaanites, but whoever, it might be Canaanites, but anyway, whoever it was, because of him, we were subjected to 400 years of slavery, like black people in general, like the dark skinned people. Was what it said would be inflicted with 400 plus years of slavery. I'm like, no, why would God say that way before? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would he say that in the beginning of the time? But that's when I first learned about the slave Bibles. You know what I'm saying? And how they rewrote the Bible to make us think that we were supposed to be slaves. And we were being punished because of our great ancestors that did things wrong towards God, and we were being punished. So it was easy to convince us, because we didn't know the language, and when we finally learned the language and y'all finally showed us how to read, y'all wanted to be able to control what we understood. So I understand that part of religion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the trickery in religion, because they have been used to oppress people. That's what it's used for, to oppress people and make them feel. So that's why I don't look at it in a religion aspect. I deal with religion just based on fellowship and getting to know people. But outside of religion, I don't subject myself to saying I am a Muslim or I am a Christian anymore, although I practiced Islam for 12 years. And I practiced Christianity for probably longer than, just as long. I don't subscribe to any type of religion in general, but I do understand why people are led to believe certain things because it makes them feel better. Like it makes a person feel good. Like I don't blame them when I do something wrong. That would, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it makes people feel more comfortable to say, "Oh, the devil made me do it." I don't blame alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I ain't blaming the devil. If I did something, I did it because I wanted to do it. Just like with God.
Just like with God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can't. You just can't. Just like with God, you can't just. You can't, like you're saying, you gotta believe in yourself. You can't just put it all on Him for you to do. You know what I'm saying? What you know you should be doing. If you should be, whatever, taking care of your kids or being a good person, you should be being a good person. And God should give you that. Or thinking about a God or creator or entity outside of yourself should help you or help you keep that mentality. Is that camera working right?
I haven't checked this one. I'm not
How
gonna
do
check
you
it
check
till
it?
tomorrow. I open it up on my phone.
Oh, it's a Wi-Fi thing?
Yeah. Bluetooth. Bluetooth got Wi-Fi in. Well, I know this much. I definitely have some content. I can break this up to a couple of different podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
But I am about to go because it is after midnight.